Okay, good morning. So we can just sit for a few moments before we begin the work. So now we have another day to use for our practice. So we can try to use this day and this night to continue to study. To study the things which cause us suffering and to try to learn how to overcome those. Oftentimes, even from the beginning of our day, like right now, before the work starts, then we may be experiencing different negative emotions. We may feel excited if we're asked to do something that we like to do. But the excitement actually is agitating the mind, so it's not peaceful. In trying to find a place of ease within ourselves, then we have to learn how to use primarily the breath to calm that energy of excitement. So kind of breathing through the excitement. We might feel aversion or irritation, particularly if we're asked to do something that we don't like to do, or we're asked to work with somebody that we don't really like working with, or asked to do something that we think we shouldn't have to do. So the same with aversion. Trying to use the breath to kind of push back against the tendency to become very agitated, to try to keep the mind peaceful. If we feel maybe boredom or sleepiness or depression, these are all very low states of mind, so low energy states of mind. We try to learn how to use sensations of solidity in the body, like the place wherever the body touches the ground, or even consciously using the posture of the body to kind of sit up much straighter than normal. We're using sensations in the hands, any way that we can create some kind of a sense of solidity that can kind of lift the mind out of that low energy state. We might also feel anxiety or fear if we're asked to do something that we're kind of worried about. We think maybe we don't really have the necessary skills, or we're afraid that we might kind of mess it up in some way and will be criticized by the community. So also working with this anxiety, either through trying to calm it or trying to the opposite, trying to kind of strengthen the mind in the face of that fear, so that it doesn't overwhelm the mind. And it's also just to say that attending to our emotions in this way doesn't just immediately solve all of our problems. It doesn't get rid of our negative emotions immediately, but it's very much like working with a fire. Like, especially if you have a very big fire, like a forest fire, then it's so big that you can't put it out immediately. But if you want to put it out, then you basically just have to contain it. So you make like a fire break, or a kind of a trail around the fire, so that when the fire reaches that place, then it can't get any bigger. But even then, the fire doesn't immediately go out. It continues to burn for a while until all of the fuel is exhausted. So that's very very much the same with our emotions. Like these negative emotions having arisen, we can't just immediately get rid of them. But mindfulness is like it's like a fire break that contains the emotion and prevents it from continuing to grow and from overwhelming us. So that if we have right mindfulness established, then the emotion should it should at least stop growing. It might not quickly disappear, but it should at least stop growing, and then we will notice over time, whether it's seconds or minutes or maybe even hours sometimes, that emotion will gradually start to decrease. And then if we continue to put forth the same kind of effort over a long period of time, then we'll find that in the future, when these emotions continue to arise, they'll be weaker each time. So we're kind of taking away the fuel a bit more each time, so that over months or even years, then these particular emotional habits will start to weaken and eventually fade away, and they can make room then for real happiness to arise that we're looking for in practice. So I wish everyone a good day of practice, and I'll offer this for reflection.